Hi, I'm Lara, and this is my channel Sewn by Lara. If you found your way here, welcome. I'm really glad to have you here. This is my first, I think, long video that I've done in my new space. As you can see, it's pretty light and bright and airy. And as I sit here, I've got a view right there out of the Pacific Ocean. And yeah, really lucked out that I've got a great landlord, and staying in this apartment has been just wonderful. As I'm talking, you'll see my eyes kind of drift over because I'm distracted by not only the water, but there's a lot of birds around this time of day getting their dinner or their lunch out, and the bald eagles had just made a pass through. There's 3 of them that seem to like hanging out around here, so it's really fascinating to watch them just do their thing and play on the currents. The other thing that's happening, just to kind of warn you in case they show up, is the snowbirds are here in Comox to do some practice runs over the ocean. And the snowbirds are a acrobatic flying team. Is that the proper word? So they're part of the Canadian Armed Forces members who fly these really nifty jets that go zoom zoom. They make a hell of a noise, and so that's the warning, because you will hear them. When they came last week, I had been napping, and I woke up to the sound of, it sounded like snow plows, a number of snow plows pushing snow. And I'm like, who the hell is pushing snow? And then I kind of woke up enough and went, oh, we have no snow right now. It's just been raining. And then I realized when I heard the whoosh of the jet that I'm like, oh, right, that's the snowbirds. So the snowbirds are here, gracing us with their presence. They did some runs this morning at 8:30 as I was on my way to church, but so far it's been quiet. So maybe they're having a bit of a lunch break, and we'll go at it this afternoon, hopefully after we videoed. But should they appear while we are while I'm videotaping, I'm just going to pause, and once they're gone, then I'll start again. It's just easier. That's what we do at work. We just kind of wait, count down, and then start our conversations again. So I have been busy sewing post-Easter. So I worked up until Easter Sunday, hopped in my car as soon as the church was done, and then spent the week at home, just doing did a little bit of sewing, but more out in the garden, and just kind of prepping the house after being away for a month, and getting those kind of chores done. So now I'm making up for lost time in the sewing world. I actually, when I came back, I had a big bag, like literally this big by about that wide, and it was full of cut patterns and fabric that I can just pull out and sit down and start sewing. And I've got a sewing table set up just behind me here. And every night when I come home, that's where I go, and I just sew out the day. So one of the things that I have made is another gem knit tee by Style Arc. So Style Arc has a really nice fitted t-shirt that kind of comes in at the waist and then kind of flares gently out over the hips, giving a really nice shape. So it fits closely, but it's not like skin tight kind of a pattern. And when I wear this pattern, I get a lot of compliments compared to some of my other t-shirt patterns that I have. And I think it's due to that fit curving in just under the bust here, and gently out. This time I made it in a Stoff fabric that I picked up from the Fabricland here in Courtenay, and it's this really cute little flamingo print. It's very sweet, but not too sweet. And my plan is to just toss it on with a pair of I bought a pair of white cargo pants from H&M. I'll put that together, and away I go. You know, if I want to dress it up, I can throw a blazer over that. And I've got a pink linen blazer that I can toss over top that matches the pink in the flamingo, and away I go. So I'll put in some stills for you to see that here. So the other thing that I was working on leading up to Easter was a quilt top. And so that was the snowbirds. So if I had my curtains open, you would have been able to see them quite clearly because I'm at the end of the runway. So the land kind of curves around, and at the end of the curve, we've got the runway, and then, you know, kind of around the runway, we've got some houses that had been built. So I'm in one of those homes. So I can see them out the window, and then they zoom around over here. So you'll probably see me getting distracted again. I don't know how loud this is in the video, but I'll be interested to play it back and see how loud it is. So that was 6 of them, I think, taking off, and they take off in really tight formation, so 3 at a time, which is quite fascinating to watch, that coordination, right? Because you can't be too slow, can't be too fast, got to be just right. So it's fascinating to watch. So the other thing I made in the lead up to Easter is a quilt. So the pattern was a scrap pattern I found in the quiltcompany.com magazine. And I've had this pattern for a number of years. And I thought that it would make a really good scrappy quilt pattern. And there's a plane coming in for landing. So talk about timing, hey, from the tower, having to coordinate those things. Anyways, back to quilting. The pattern is called Around the Corner by Abigail Dollinger. And it was in the quiltcompany.com magazine. And again, I want to say the magazine's at least probably 7 years old. And I used old fabrics except for the corner fabric, which I used a K-Facet charm pack in the color called Equator. And it's very bright, it's warm, you know, so you've got a lot of, you know, hot pinks and a bit of burgundy and purple and stuff like that. It looks absolutely gorgeous, and I really enjoy it. Came together really quickly. I added 2 borders to it, also in a K-Facet pattern, and the one border is more of a flange, which means it lifts up. It's separate from the quilt the one side of it is separate from the quilt and will lift up, has a bit of 3D texture. And she's all bundled up and ready to go. I got some K-facet backing out of a 90-inch fabric, and so yeah, she's all ready to go, and I'm quite pleased with that. So I'll put in some stills of the work in progress as well as the finished quilt lying out on the floor, or quilt top. I take it to a lady I know. Her name is Arlene at On Point Quilting, and she quilts up all of my stuff because, again, it's not a fun process for me to do the actual quilting on a small domestic sewing machine. I've done it. I did it for many years, but it's frustrating. Not a fun process for me. I'd much rather piece stuff together and then send it off to the long armor to get done. I have been, working away on a number of things. I actually brought a box of fabric with me that's been cut out and ready to sew up. And I've got some stuff in the closet behind me that I actually need to take some photos of and get ready to post into this so that you can see what I've been up to. But that is what I've been up to. A short video today, but hopefully you'll forgive me, and I'll have more material for you a little bit later. Anyways, I wish you well. I hope you have a really good day or evening wherever you are, and I will see you the next time. Bye now.